better now than we were before because we annexed in the Guerrero property, so.
Oh, okay.
So now it's just a slide over the interstate to get that property put in. And then, we'll work on the infrastructure stuff. They'll put up they'll put up 1.5 million. And we'll do the rest.
And they may ask some
Matter of
questions. You know, be looking over there.
pushing it
This one's dead.
to a lift station, we already have on that side highway.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
But that'll open up the whole west side of I-35.
Yeah, you know, it is a nice one.
Okay, it is 4:30. It's called the meeting to order. All right. And I think we have proof of posting. We were posted on Friday, February the 17th at 1:40 p.m. I would like to, I haven't been doing this, but I think because it is a recorded meeting that we should call a roll call. And so I'm going to do that. Judge Scott Felton here. Commissioner Will Jones.
Here.
Mayor Dylan Meek called in. He will not be attending. Councilman Jim Holmes.
Present.
Katrina George will not be here. Rick Wayworth.
Here.
Nancy Payne, not here. Steve Deutschman.
Here.
Tommy Muska.
Here.
All right. And guest, introduce yourself, Serena.
Oh, Serena Stevenson, Transit Manager.
Janice Wachina, Finance Director.
All right. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Under items B, under consideration or action of the following, under B1's approval of minutes and of prior minutes, and reviewed those minutes, and I do not see any issues with it. Anyone else had a chance to look at them?
Looked fine to me.
All right, so I'll say that you're approved as read. And so under B2 is approval of corrected meeting dates, which we had one in, we just had 2022 down. It's supposed to be 2023, so we made that correction in there. So with that correction made, is there a motion to approve the meeting dates?
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Under C is operations report, ridership programs, revenue, expenses, equipment, marketing plans, and related matters. Serena?
Yes, sir. If you guys will reference the screen, I just kind of want to give you a quick overview of the ridership. And just so you know, from a fiscal year comparison standpoint, we are still below where we were for the past 3 fiscal years. Again, we're still looking at hiring strategies to bring people in. It is a industry-wide issue as well as with other businesses, but we are looking to utilize technology in order to expedite our application process so people don't have to print off the application, bring it back in. We want to be able to allow them to enter their data, upload it. So our hope is that we can capture those applicants immediately, and as long as they pass the background and the drug screening, then we'll be able to get them in through the hiring process a lot quicker. Next screen, please. I've provided you guys a fiscal year monthly comparison. I like to let you see where we're at, where we were in 22 at this time, and then we have fiscal year 23. And so we are trending upward after COVID. However, we're still dealing with the effects of operator shortages. Next slide, please. As each of you are aware, the commuter route in October of 2022, Falls County Judge requested that we no longer provide services into Marlin. So we have been restructuring that route. We have looked at providing transportation down Bagby. We're also looking at where we could provide that service and bring passengers in from the rural area into Waco. And so as we're working through that strategy, we have seen a decrease in the commuter route. However, we still have a significant ridership coming from Sanderson's Farm. And so, so the need is there. We just need to find a strategy in order to identify a population that's currently not having service and maybe do some express, shuttles into Waco utilizing the commuter service. Next slide, please.
Was there any issues, that you've seen for service for the fall, since we changed the Falls County, routes up?
Well, what they do is they bring them to Waco Transit. So
Okay.
while we're not being able to capture that data on our commuter service,
Right.
they bring them to Waco Transit and then they utilize our service from there. So what I can try to do, Judge, next time is just capture you some specific ridership from that leg when they arrive, and then that afternoon when when the cog comes to pick them up, and then but that's under the Waco Transit ridership, not the rural one. So I can try to provide you some data
Well, mainly,
there.
my question was, do the clients find it confusing, or do they even know? Has it been fairly?
Well, I think the biggest concern for them is instead of having a circular service every day of the week, now they have it on a specific day of the week, and the rider, and the time that the service provided is not as late. But without their permission to service that area,
Right, I understand that.
it's nothing we can do, but they just don't like the fact that they do it like 1 or 2 days out the week, whereas we were Monday through Saturday, and it's less service hours as well.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, that concludes the ridership.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any questions anyone have?
Nope.
All right. Under item D is the financial report, so Jana?
I'm not gonna go over line by line, but there is a couple things I wanted to address. We have officially exceeded our bench advertising, as of the end of January. This is through January, the revenue, so that's pretty exciting. And we've almost reached our budget amount for the exterior advertising amount for this year. So that's also exciting considering, you know, we're into a quarter and a month into the year. And then the other important line that was an expense line was on the second page. There's 509. It's like halfway through. We have expensed those four vehicles for rural that had purchased last year and that were kept getting delayed. We finally got those paid out to Creative Bus Sales. So you see that both on the 5339 revenue and the second line. Scroll down a little bit. Right there, right above where it says elderly and disabled and total admin, that 509, that's a vehicle expense. So that's pretty exciting that we got that expensed out and those are now, you know, paid for.
And they're on site.
Yeah, and they're
We have
on site.
received them.
And then her and Steve will like slowly shift them into service. So that's pretty exciting for us. Besides that, we're on track. There's a few things a little higher than normal, but that's like fuel. I mean, it's not as high as it was at the end of last fiscal year, but it's higher than it was at the beginning of last fiscal year. So that's about the only other concern we have this year.
But budget-wise, we are on track, and we are meeting and exceeding our revenues, and so that's a good thing for us.
Good, good deal.
Yes, sir.
What the buses we ordered,
They're in.
are you-
Yes, sir.
and they're in all of them.
Yeah, they're here, but we take a phased approach to putting them into service, so that way they all don't go out of service at the same time. So we still have a good number of fleets, so we'll cycle those out as they get closer to their useful life.
Okay. And then they'll be sold,
Yes, sir, they'll go to the city auction.
city auction.
And then those revenues will go back into our revenues to purchase vehicles for McLennan County Road Transit District.
Okay, does that conclude?
Oh,
the
yep,
report?
that's everything on that.
All right, any questions on the financial report?
Nope.
Not, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass. All right, under E is approval and ratifications, if any, on grant applications, certifications, and other grant-related matters.
We just got the certifications and assurances executed during the first week of February with Mike and Serena both reviewing it and signing off on it. Those are required every year by FTA and TxDOT for us to be able to draw down state and federal funds. So that was executed and completed by both our attorney for the rural district and Serena.
And we provided, you have a copy of the certs and assurances.
In the agenda packet, yeah.
Right. Okay, and, that's on the text dot certification, right? And then if you want to
And
go ahead
then-
and go to the
I was gonna say the 5311 funds.
5311.
That was also in the agenda packet, and it shows an additional $107,000 we received for growth fund, program that they have allocated out to the rural districts in Texas because of the growth and the realignment from the census that they just released. So that was issued on, and approved in January. Yes, January 26th. And then they also have approved to allow McLennan County Rural District to roll over fiscal years 22 state funds so that they will be able to be utilized through the remainder of this fiscal year. And they will expire now August 31st, 2024. So that allows us a year and a half to use them. So instead of returning state funds that weren't allocated or expended because we used CARE funds first. So it's pretty exciting.
And that's the
Oh,
last
yeah,
sheet.
that's the last sheet that shows that we'll have 640,000 available for state funding.
And then the state, rural fund,
That was the one I just went
that's the
over.
one? Okay, good, okay. All right, listen to those. Is there a motion to approve E1, E2, and E3?
So moved.
We had a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. The next meeting date is Thursday, May the 11th, 2023 at 4:30, and you will be hearing from Miss Cody Miles back here that's at our meeting today. And if you don't get back to her, she'll come and get you. But I know these meetings don't take long, but they are important. We have requirements that this board meet, and, there will be times that there'll be maybe more significant issues to deal with, but it's always good. What's significant is we don't have a lot of issues to deal with. So thanks everyone for coming and participating, and if there's not anything else, we stand adjourned.
Recording stopped.